Hey guys, welcome back to Easeldoesitstudio. So as you can see, I got a few different molds out and I'm just getting my gloves on here. I got my resin mixing. So we are going to do this little pot. And I'm gonna do it in two different alcohol inks. So I pulled out blue and raspberry. I think this is gonna take, I'm thinking 4, but maybe 5 ounces. So I'm gonna do 5 for this one. I think this little guy here only took 1.5 ounces, and I will have to retape this because this is a split mold. All right, so I'm gonna get it on one side, line that up. As best as I can. All right, so we got that taped. And I'm gonna do that one in the aquamarine because that is so, so pretty. And then we're gonna do, the thing said it's a dragon, but I'm saying it's an axolotl, so we're gonna call it an axolotl. I'm gonna do this in white, but we're going to put rose through it and try to marble it and see what it looks like. So that is my thought process anyways. Whether we can pull this off or not, that's another story. All right, so let me go ahead and get my, so I've ended up mixing up 10 ounces. So I'm hoping that I have enough. We're gonna color it and then we're gonna put it through the Bond Craftor debubbler. I really like that debubbler, guys. So yeah. To me, it starts getting the bubbles out quicker. So that is just my opinion. And I do have a link in the description if anybody wants to check it out. There is a discount code. All right, so let me grab a paddle here. We're just gonna make sure everything is incorporated. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take 2.5 ounces and put in each cup. And that will give us 5. I'm hoping it's gonna be enough. And I got that mold on Temu, so. That's 2.5. And that's 2.5. Let me see. I think this was 1.5 ounces. So let me put 1.5 ounces. And then see what I've got left. Oh, I might not have enough for the axolotl. I don't remember what he took. So let's just get this. me see here what we've got. Just under 2 ounces. Crap. All right, you know what? I think I'm just gonna mix up another ounce, guys. Just to be on the safe side. All right, so what I'm going to do, let's get these ones colored. I'll pop that in the debubbler, and then we'll mix up like another ounce. I would rather have a little too much than not enough, especially when I'm trying to marble it. Yeah. All right. So let me get rid of this one because that's all. So I'm going to leave that there. All right. So we're going to put a good amount, you know, not a ton, but enough so it looks blue. Maybe we'll put a little bit more. There we go. Just doing a squirt, squirt. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to run these, after about an hour and a half, I'm going to put them in the curing machine. And the reason I'm doing that at an hour and a half is because I want to make sure that if there are any other bubbles that are trying to work their way up, that it gives it that extra time. Maybe what I'll do is I'll just bring my tray over. All right, I'm not liking this color pink. It's like an orangey pink. Let's just see here. No, I guess it's pink. Okay. All right, we're just going to go with that. Okay. Set that one aside. And I've got something in here. There it is. It was a piece of dried resin from inside my cup. All right, and then this one... Let's see. Since I got to make up some more, I'm going to just going to make sure that I'm going to go 2 ounces on that. I think it's only 1.5 ounces, but I want to make sure. This mixed, and then we'll poke this through. We'll run this through the debubbler. All right. So let me just pop this in the debubbler. There we go. All right. So let me grab a cup. And I'm just going to mix up 2 ounces. Do an ounce of part A and an ounce of part B. This is the Bond Craftor. All right, got our 2 ounces. And I'm just gonna hand mix this. So, all right. It has been so cold here, guys. Oh my gosh. I hope because I planted my garden and I'm hoping I mean, we didn't get a frost, but it's been like in the 40s. It's brutally cold. But you can see how many more bubbles when you hand mix. Granted, I was mixing like a banshee here. But yeah, you can definitely... All right, so we have 2 ounces here and 1 ounce in here. So... never mind. I was thinking of another process that I was gonna do, but no, we're gonna stick to my original plan. So we're just gonna make this one white. And then what I will do, because this is 3.5 ounces, but it's really bubbly, so I am gonna separate it once I get it mixed. All right, and I'm just gonna stick my stick in here because trying to squeeze this out is, yeah, way too frustrating. All right, and I just want this to be a nice opaque white. And then we're gonna drip the alcohol ink in as I pour it. And we'll try to get some sort of a marbling effect going on. I just want to make sure that that paste is well mixed in there. All right, I'm gonna wipe my stick, get that extra paste off of my stick. So, and you can, if you let it drain down the side of your cup, you can see if there's any like streaky bits, like right up in here. Try to get this paste All right. So let's split this, and then I've got to, let's see what I have here. So we have about 3.5 ounces. So that'll be about 1.5 ounces. So let's just make sure this is all mixed in with whatever resin was left on the side of this cup. Okay, and all right, so I will be back when I get this debubbled and the other stuff is done. Okay, guys, so my resin is nice and debubbled. Few little ones on the surface on this one here. Just spray them. All right, so this has like a lot of little details in it. So I'm trying to do it so it's already on the tray so I can dome them and not have to worry about it. So we're just gonna, I don't know, we're just gonna mix and hope that we have some sort of little bit of variation in the, you know, so that we can see the two colors, but, you know, they're gonna blend some, which I'm okay with. I just don't want them to completely merge, but I didn't want any trap bubbles down there either. Let's just see if we can move this back. And I can see two bubbles. Let me get an itty bitty dotting tool. God, I hope we have no bubbles. And I don't want to squeeze it too much because it looks like it marbled pretty good. All right, so let's get this little lid. Now I thought about putting glue to maybe try to keep them separated, but I figured we'd try it this way and see. Oh, good. You can actually see underneath the lip there. All right, so before I fill it too much, I am going to see how that's like a bubble right in there. And that's the one good thing with these silicone molds that are kind of transparent, because you can see if you have bubbles. You can see those bubbles moving. So, you know, I'm probably blending my colors, but I would rather have my colors blended than bubbles in my piece. Get out of there, bubble. See, we have one more bubble right there. I don't know if you can see how you can see it right through there. I'll try to hold it up here so you can see. And then you just kind of drag that bubble until you can get it out of there, like that. And there's a bubble there. Come on, bubble, don't you go back underneath there. All right, so let me just... Oh, okay, that one popped. So we will have some extra. Maybe. All right, and that's, I'm just spraying, that's just 91% isopropyl alcohol. That just helps with the bubbles for those of you that are new. And I do want these domed, so I'm gonna... All right, so those look, whoa, domed, and we have just like some scraping, so we'll deal with that after. And like I said, I didn't remember how much this little bear took, but this thing is so stinking cute. So we're just gonna... So I'm just trying to coat some of those little facets in there. Oh gosh, I'm gonna have way too much. Oh, I'll be pulling another mold out, that's for sure. So you can see there's some bubbles coming up. Get my scraper here. because I want it full, but I also, I don't want any overage if I can help it. All right. Just slide this little guy back. We'll put him here because I know I'm going to have extra this, extra that. Okay. So for Mr. Axolotl, I'm putting a lot of alcohol in there just so I can get it in his gill thingies because he is very, very textured. All right, so we have 2 ounces in this cup. Now that says rose, but that to me does not look rose. But it looks orange. But we're going with it. And I am going to stop just to try to make sure we have no bubbles in there. All right. And so yeah, note to self, rose is not rose, it's orange. All right, so this one must take about 2.5. So no, probably 3. That's all right. I just don't want to have too much of this extra, especially where it's not the color that I thought it was. All right, so we're gonna say 3 ounces on this bugger. All right. Where is, I moved everything, so I'm trying to, all right, so we're gonna put 3 on that one. This one, oh, I can't remember. And this one is 5. All right. I can't remember how much I had in the blue. Oh well. Let's see. Let me just spray this off here, clean this off a little bit. And these are, I think, the little hamsters. And I have 3 of them, so I'm not sure how much these hold, but let's find out. All right, so we're gonna, are you freaking kidding me? Sorry for my language, guys. Are you kidding me right now? I mean, I'm not worried about the mat because I can clean that up. Oh, Lordy. Well, good thing I had some extra, huh? Wow. What a numbnuts. All right. So... I'm going to try to recycle, guys. All right, at least got the bulk of... Yeah. Like I said before, never a dull moment on my channel. And if there is, it's very few and far between. Wow. All right, so that I can get rid of that cup. Let's put the cover on this ink. Oh, now I got bubbles. Okay, that's on that side. Whoa. I've got sticky everywhere. All right. So we're just gonna scrape as much as we can. And we're gonna just mix some colors here. Okay, we'll try this again. I don't know if I do something like this, want kind of two colors. Now this is a matte mold, so all right. So that is full. Actually, it's a little over full. I'm just gonna I can't tell if that's over or if it's just the alcohol. All right, I think it's just the alcohol. All right. So let's grab another one. And let's sprinkle the aqua into the white, and we'll pour this guy. Whoa. Let me just wipe this stick. See, I would have had enough to completely fill him if I hadn't made such a dang mess over there. All right. I'm not making any more up because this is just an extra, so we are just going to figure it out. We're gonna get them as full as we can. So I don't know if we're gonna get like a clear gob down through the middle. Let me just try to, I cleaned off the mat, and these are all the little broken pieces. It'll be close enough. In fact, we'll just take a little. All right. Excuse me. All right, let me. I'm going to clean my stick here. And make sure my covers are tight. All right. All right. Let's try to clean that up a little bit. Because I don't want to set this back on my counter over there with all this resin underneath the bottom of this, because I don't want to get resin on my toolbox thingy if I can help it. All right, I think we're good now, guys. Mess is somewhat cleaned up. These are looking pretty good. All right, so I will be back when it is time to demold, and we will see if we have anything worth saving. Alrighty, guys, I'll be back in just a few minutes. Okay, guys, these are all cured. Hopefully, they look okay. So let's start with our little extras here. Oh, he's cute. So you can kind of see through him. But yeah, he's really cute. And we got no bubbles. All right, so there's that one. Okay, we got a little bit of marbling, not as much as I wanted. And we did get some micro bubbles in this guy. But this is also the white that I had hand mixed. I ran this through the debubbler, but I don't think we got enough. All right, so let's take the tape off and find our little split. Oh, I think our little bear is gonna be cute. Oh my goodness. Oh, he is adorable. This is going to make a great, like, handle for a jar mold. Oh my gosh, I love this mold. This is the Bond Craftor Crystal Bear. All right. Now, hopefully I don't break a nail. I haven't popped any, but they're breaking like in the middle of the nail. I don't know. This set is just kind of really weird. So I did order some more. They should be here tomorrow-ish, tomorrow or Tuesday. All right. Oh, he is so cute. We got a few micro bubbles through, but nothing major. I mean, he is absolutely adorable. I mean, all of his little spikies are fine. It's basically like little tiny micro bubbles. Oh, he's so cute. All right, so we're going to give him a little face. This is the one that I'm really looking forward to. And I hope we don't get no bubbles in this one. So I did give it, it was almost an hour. It wasn't like a full hour of, before I turned the curing machine on. Just because I wanted to get this video done. All right, let's just move that alcohol around. I thought this was going to be a little bit easier to demold, but maybe not. Let me see here. There we go. Just had to get some oomph. There we go. Oh. Oh, that came out so good. And I got no bubbles, guys, so I can accent those little detail work. All right, let's get this back. All right, so I'm definitely going to be making some more of these. All right, hopefully we have no bubbles, because this, remember, this is the one we flipped over. We had our Easeldoesitstudio catastrophe, as per usual. And we got some bubbles, which I kind of figured. Are you kidding me? And it's because it tipped over. I'm sure of it. And we broke the top off. Oh my gosh. Oh. All right. So I'm going to have to redo this one. Let me get this back here. But, you know, we'll see. It might still be somewhat salvageable. So this little piton should go on the top like that. But there was a bubble in the center of it. That's exactly what happened. All right, let me get the alcohol off my hands. Oh, lordy, lordy. So yeah, we got, let's just put that there for now. So we did get bubbles on the bottom, but I mean, I could use this for something. But overall, this is really cute. I don't like the pink that I chose, so we will be redoing this with another color. But for now, let's just see if we can get this finished, and then we'll revisit this one. Hang on here. Got some stickies. All right, let me grab it's fine. All right, let's try this is the Chrome Markers by Let's Resin, and let's just see if we can ever so gingerly I just want a little hint of accent on these. And you know what? No, we're going to switch. We're going to switch markers here. All right, let's grab our metallics, and let's try this blue here. I got sticky everywhere. All right, so let's just try this. And then I'll have just a little tiny bit of cleanup. I stuck my finger on that one. Ah. When your fingers don't want to work. So I'm gonna have some cleanup here. And then we'll let this dry while I do the other one. All right. I'll leave that like that. And let's see if we can do a better job on this. So a little hole in that one. I think that's pretty. All right, so let's just all right, this is the last one. All right. So let's try to clean some of this. And I mean, I'm not gonna keep this top because obviously it's a mess. But I just wanted to see, you know, like how the jar was gonna look. Let's get a couple of these micro brushes. And all right, I'm just trying to clean off some of the blue so I can reuse this, you know, as much as I can. So maybe what I'll do is the next time I try this, I will try pre-coloring in those little areas. Like the stars and the moon at the top. All right. So we've got it pretty much cleaned up. I mean, it's not a spectacular job by no means, but let's just see if we can, because this bottom piece I could definitely save. All right, I'll grab a few more of these. And this is just alcohol that I'm using to clean up around this. So if you put a color on and you don't like it, you can just clean it off and start again. Not a big deal. Yeah, we got that. So that is our little lantern jar. And you can see the two colors, but I'm not liking that pink that we used. And let me just get some, let's see. Just gonna pop some B7000 on the top of this. All right, so there we go. All right, let me get rid of these Q-tips here. All right, so we've got our little jar done. Didn't come out the way I wanted, but that's okay. Let's see. Let's do the white. This is the acrylic ones. Actually, let me try the other tip. So these ones are the acrylic, which dry faster than the oil. And I just want a good coat. All right. And then we don't have a black in this, but we do have a like a gray. So I'm just gonna just do these little bitty and we'll give them a little bit of a, this is like a dark gray. Just give them a little face. That's not going to show up on there. So let's do like this, like gray. Just so we can, you know, have some of his details show. All right, so we give him a little, his nose came out a little bit more than I wanted. And then we'll take this gray color and let's just All right. All right, there we go. It looks kind of cute. So this is a gray, but it actually almost looks black. And we're just gonna kind of clean up here a little bit underneath. Maybe we'll take a Q-tip. That might be a better, there we go. All right, let's take this, the other end of this. And just all right. And then alrighty guys, that does it for this video. Let me know in the comments what your favorite thing was. I mean, we could have highlighted, you know, his antenna or whatever, but you know, I don't want them to all be the same, so I figured this one we would just leave the natural colors. There we go. All right, so we've got our axolotl. This is my favorite, absolute favorite. It's got a little piece of silicone in there, but that's okay. We can get him out. And then we've got our two little, I don't know what they are. I guess they're bears, and I was thinking that they were hamsters, but they're obviously not hamsters. They are bears. And I'm just trying to clean up here a little around this nose because it was just a bit much. And let me just grab another one here. We'll just kind of, there we go. Much better. Yeah, that looks better. So we have our two little lay down bears and our somewhat okay jar. So I'm definitely going to do this again. And then hopefully not, you know, screw up the top. But I really, really think this is so, so cute. Alrighty, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments. And I will see you on the next video. Bye, guys.